Welcome, everybody, to McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania, the athletic facility of Montour High School for Game 6 of the 6 we're bringing you today here on Champ Sports Network of the Pittsburgh Coaching Classic. It matches up the host team, Montour Spartans, and the Gateway Gators. Gateway comes in with a overall record of 10-6. Montour 8-8. Gateway's a quad A, and Montour triple A. I'm Al Lesh alongside Matt Fargo, and here we go. Tip-off is won by the Spartans, and bringing it up to the court is Rhodes, KJ Rhodes. Passes off to the wing to Collier. Across to the near wing and inside, back over to Collier, intercepted. And up the layup, up an easy three is Frank Bosovic, putting the Gateway Gators on top by the score of 2-0. And here come the Spartans one more time. Spartans traveling left to right on your smart device. They have it on the far wing. It is Jones with the ball. He passes up to midcourt to Rhodes. Back over to Jones. Far side. It's Colliers. To Rhodes, to Jones, to Colliers. They go around the horn. Back up top now to Jones. Back over to Colliers on the far wing. All the way across court to Rhodes. Jones has it, top of the key. Colliers dribbles it into the paint right at the free throw line. Goes over momentarily to Bryan. Out to Jones and back to Bryan. Bryan dribbled up to the top of the key. Over to Rhodes. To Jones now. Inside to Bryan right at the foul line and outside the Collier far wing. Drives it into the paint, puts it up off the glass, and it's off the Spartans. Elam out of bounds, and no, there's going to say Gateway touched it last, and the Spartans will inbound. 2-0 as the Gators have the only basket, as the Spartans now trying to attack. Brandon Jones now. Over to Rhodes on the near side right in front of us. Colliers now over to Jones. Colliers and Jones playing catch, top of the key. Jones dribbles down, passes down into the corner. All the way out to Colliers, tries to drive in. It's knocked out of his hands, and this time it is off of Cam Colliers. And Gateway will inbound, and here comes Arrington Johns up the court to the far wing, passes off to Nola. Looks for Kromka, to Harris, to Bosovic, to Johns, top of the key, dribbles, right-hand dribble, stops, pulls up over into the corner to Bosovic, all the way out up top again to Arrington Johns. Sets up the play. Place being yelled in by Darren Freeman, the head coach. Harris with the 2 and the layup, and it's 4-0 now, and Montour down by 2 buckets. Attack on the half-court attack now.
Way different pace to this game than the one you just called, Al. Way different.
Yeah, this is a half-court game, and the other one was up and down Firehouse. There's a 3, let go off the hands of KJ Rhodes, and he drains the 3 and makes it a 1-point game now. And now Gateway in the half-court game. Setting up shop is Arrington Johns. Dribbles down in and out, back out the top of the key is Kromka. He passes off to Nola. To Johns. He drives in. The right-handed hook as he drives in, and it's good for 2. Arrington Johns. Here comes Montour now, back up the other way in a 6-3 game here in the first quarter. They dribble up top. It's Collier's far side. He drives toward the paint, passes down in low, and an easy two for Terrell Elam.
That's tic-tac-toe right there for Montour, and that's what they need to do. Get inside, get paint points, and really take their time on offense, make sure they're setting up the play correctly.
Gateway now inside. That was Kromka, had the ball knocked away by Elam for Montour, and Montour comes up the other way. Here's Colliers, drives into the three-point line, stops, passes off. There's a jump shot off of Caleb Bryan, no good, and Gateway goes back the other way. Johns now with the dribble. Backs it up toward the timeline, sets up the play. Now the left-handed dribble, pulls it up, top of the key, passes off. And a three is on the way, in and out, off the hands of Bosovic. And it goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Gateway ball.
Really a tale of 2 years for the Montour squad. They went 3-5 during the 2014 part of their schedule. They're 5-2 here in 2015. So very interesting. And Montour, they went under a coaching change this year. The new guy, new man in the front office, and it's taken some time to get accustomed to it, but Montour seems like they're getting their feet underneath them. More importantly, they have a 6-2 section record.
So Montour setting up the half-court game, and timeout is called by Montour. I believe it's going to be a full. Nope, 30-second timeout for Montour.
And the Spartans have reeled off 5 straight. And they came in, they had a 3-8 record and have reeled off 5 straight.
Evened up that record. You can't go to 500 until you get to 500, so they've done that. Got some substitutions here for both teams coming out of the timeout. Devin Dunn is in for Montour, and in for Gateway is James Kronka.
Kind of different story for Gateway. They have not won or lost more than 2 in a row. It's been very, very average, if you will, with that side of things.
In for Montour's Dom Sleva as well. And the three is let go and in for
Michael Butter.
Michael Butter.
Hey, 21.
I was looking at 23, and it's like, nah, that's not him. Gateway now setting up shop in an 8-6 game. Spartans on top in the first quarter. Up high is James Kromka. Passes over to Dalen Harris, who backs it out in the far corner, up high in the forecourt. On the right-handed dribble, down into the paint, tried to pass it off, was Harris. And that doesn't happen. We're going to get a jump ball, and Gateway will maintain possession. Also in the game for Gateway is Darrell Brock. And it's Harris now with the ball over to Brock. Back to Harris up high.
Montour in a man-to-man, zone man-to-man defense.
Brock on the dribble. Over to the wing to Harris. On the near side. Out to the top of the key is Kromka. Passes over. The drive and the little sliding roll is Aiden Howard. He gets the 2 for Gateway, and we get a foul. Was that Johns on the foul?
Good, Daryl, good. Guys, step up. Jimmy, you got to step up there.
Goes to Brock, 11.
Brock. Montour with the ball. That's first team foul, first foul of the game, actually. Montour working their half-court game. It's Rhodes up high. Comes over to Sleva. Back to Rhodes. Swings it all the way over the far side. The Butter tries to get it inside. Collier over to Butter with the 3. Off the rim. And here comes Gateway back the other way. The rebound by Howard. 2 goes up. It's short off the rim, and Montour pulls it down and comes back the other way. We're all tied at 8 with 27 to go here in the first quarter. And now Montour is just holding a ball. They send it over. Rhodes sends it over to Sleva. Back to Rhodes. Waiting for the last shot here. Down to 12. Sleva with the ball. With the dribble. Comes it in to the three-point line. Back out. All the way across the Butter. Inside. The jumper. No good. Off the rim. Rebound. Up. Butter picked it up and threw it off the glass. It didn't fall. So at the end of 1, it is Montour Spartans 8 and the Gateway Gators 8.
Yeah, kind of interesting fact, too. Total of 4, 5, 6, 7 different players combined make up the total 16 points. No one has a second bucket in this game.
That's interesting.
How about that fun fact for you?
That's point distribution there.
Yeah, no question.
So, yeah, definitely different pace from actually the last couple games we've had. We've been up and down the court. And both these teams seem to be content to play that half-court game, which is fine with me. It slows it down a little bit. So
winding us down.
Winding down.
In this Pittsburgh Basketball Classic. John Giamarco does a great job putting this one together. And while I enjoyed doing the games at Robert Morris, this is pretty fun here too.
You know what? Every year, it just seems to get better and better every year. It's amazing. If you get a chance to come out to these every year that it's happening, it's a great facility, and they do a great job of putting on the show. All right, here we go. Out of the timeout, or out of the quarter, it will be Montour's possession. All tied at 8. I think the last game it was like 27 to 28 or something like that at the end of the first, and we're tied at 8 here. Neither team in double digits. It's Montour with the ball. Mastriani passes back out to Rhodes, top of the key.
Rhodes was calling for a screen, didn't get it.
Over to Mastriani. Back to Rhodes, top of the key. They pass it out to Collier. Three-pointer on the way, off the rim. And Gateway comes down with it. And that is Johns. Dribbles up and passes down into the wing. Johns gets it back. Drives the hoop, lets it go, but he's fouled on the way in.
It's job for Arrington to just weave his way through there and just decide that he was going to drive the lane. He had an open look at it, drew the contact, and at the line to try to get 2.
Ronnie Stevenson picks up the foul for Montour. Johns at the line, shooting 2. Hard off the back of the rim. Tyrell Elam in the game for Montour as well as Braden Jones. Shot number 2 is down and in for Johns. Gives Gateway a 1-point lead here in the second. And Montour on the inbound pass, it has it knocked out of bounds, and Montour will inbound one more time. I'm sorry, they're saying Montour threw it out. Gateway will inbound. Turnover, Montour. So now Gateway trying to add to their lead. Bosovic thought about the 3, passes inside, and big Terrell Elam brings down the rebound. Collier over to Jones. Jones had an opening, passes back out to Rhodes, back over to Jones. Jones back out the Rhodes, up high. Now he's directing some traffic, and he picks up the dribble. Passes over to Bryan. It's intercepted by Howard. Howard goes in on the drive off the rim. He gets his own rebound and lays it back in, and Howard gets 2, and it's a 3-point lead, 11-8 here.
Yeah, it was almost one of those, look what I found on the second opportunity.
Intercepted again, this time by Johns. Passes, nice give to Bosovic. Frank Bosovic, the 6'1" guard, lays it up and in, and some quick points, and a timeout is called by the Spartans. It'll be a full timeout.
That was a better play by Arrington Johns. A fantastic job of knocking that one out of the atmosphere. First of all, to just draw the steal, and then he regains control of the basketball and does a head fake like he's going to pull the basketball back out to the outside, and instead the no-look pass underneath the Bosovic, beautifully orchestrated by Arrington Johns, and that sets up a timeout taken by the Spartans to settle things down as they trail 13-8 now and have yet to put any points on the board here in the second quarter.
Yeah, a couple quick turnovers by Montour has given Gateway this 5-point lead, and it's a good timeout call there by Will Saunders.
That Bosovic had the last two. Young man who had the two before that.
For
Gateway on this run here.
I thought, no, that's Bosovic with the last one. I don't know. Right. I'm not keeping track.
Yeah, I know. Thought I was going to test your memory.
I've slept since then. No, wait. Okay, out of the timeout, Montour inbounding off the end line. And they get it into Collier. He's trapped in the corner. He gets it over cross court to Rhodes, who's going to dribble it up over the timeline. Pass it over to the wing to Butter. Back out to Rhodes. Into Collier at the free throw line. Over to Jones. Jones to Collier at the free throw line. Drives in. Nothing there but Gateway players. He passes out, dishes it out to Jones. Picked up by Butter from the free throw line. The jumper is up and in. Michael Butter, the 6'3" junior, cuts the lead to 3 at 10-3 here in the second.
And that was a loose ball there that Butter was able to be right place, right time to pick that one up. Drive inside, use his height and his size to get good place underneath the hoop, get the 2.
There's a drive inside. That looked like Clayton Nola. I couldn't see.
No, it was David Wilson.
Okay, I couldn't see. There was bodies in front. Couldn't see who laid that one up. But here's Collier on the drive for Montour off the rim. Rebound taken down by Wilson. And here come the Gators back the other way. Howard with the drive and the floater off the rim. And it is Montour coming back the other way. KJ Rhodes to Collier. He drives in. It's going to be a foul. Collier draws the foul. It's Johns with the foul. His second, the team's
his first
team second. Yeah. Collier at the line, shooting 2. And it's hard off the rim. Iron. All kinds of substitutions for Gateway. Not the only player staying in was Johns. Cam Collier's shooting his second, and that's hard off the iron. Rebound taken down by a 6'6" Elam. And Montour sets up the half-game shot again, or half-court shot again. Jones thinks about the 3, passes over to Collier at the free throw line, back out to Jones. Jones gets the ball back in the right wing. And it's out to Rhodes. Rhodes drives, passes into Elam. Elam back out to Jones. Jones with the dribble. Rhodes picks it up. Top of the key. Has the dribble going. Looks over at Jones. Goes across to Butter in the other way. Back to Rhodes, top of the key. Butter now with the ball. Looks back out to Rhodes. Montour standing around. They're not really moving. Making it easy for Gateway. But Collier's at the free throw line, just inside a 10-footer. Goes in. And Colliers gets the 2, and quickly Gateway calls a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, that was interesting that you mentioned Montour's not moving. They weren't. They were waiting for an opportunity or a crease. to take advantage of Gateway kind of getting lulled to sleep by the Montour offense. That's what ended up happening.
That's exactly what happened. And Colliers got the ball at the free throw line, took one step in, and let go of the jumper to cut it to a 3-point game at 15-12 here in the second quarter.
Both teams with an interesting start to the first quarter with 8 points apiece, and just this game truly a wind down game from where we were last game. Remember, it was halftime and both teams were in the 50s.
Yeah, went from 100 miles an hour to 10 miles an hour.
Right, real quick. Good breaks. At Barrel Automotive, definitely worth a click. How about that?
There you go. It's Gateway.
I like Volkswagen.
But boom. Gateway with the turnover under
Not my sponsor. Right?
under the bucket. And Montour will inbound. Butters over to Sleva. Sleva will dribble past the timeline. Picks up the dribble, passes out the Rhodes, set up shot. Rhodes looks over to Butters, far side, back to Rhodes, back over to Butter. Butter to Rhodes. Sleva gets the ball on the near side, back to Rhodes. Looks in, tried to get it to Collier at the free line. It ricochets into Elam. He gets it off the glass and the foul to try for the traditional 3-point play. And it's the foul's going to go to Johns. I'm sorry. Yeah, Johns.
It's his second.
His second. And Elam trying to convert the 3-point play. He does. The big 6'6" senior making things happen for Montour here. Ties up the game at 15. Johns now. Harrington with the dribble to the near side, up high in the forecourt. Now he goes back into the far wing to Harris. Harris looks out up top to Kromka. Kromka to Bosovic. Over to Johns, far side. Johns in the half-court offense, backs it up into the corner. Now he drives in, dishes off to Harris. Harris looks up to Kromka. Kromka with the dribble to Bosovic, fakes the three, pulls it back. Looks over to Nola, back to Bosovic to Johns. Into Kromka. Kromka in the paint, looks for Bosovic driving the bucket. He gets it up and off the glass and in. Gateway working hard for that one. They get the 2 and the lead, 17-15.
Montour continues in this matchup zone, and Bosovic had to get off of his guy coming in backdoor to drop off that pass, and Bosovic did a great job of getting a high extended to get the layup.
Montour with the inbound. It's Colliers getting trapped back deep in his zone. Colliers gets it again. He better be thinking about getting across the timeline. They finally do, up the Butter into the forecourt. Now it's Rhodes, top of the key. Into Collier at the foul line. He gets around one, tried to go up to the glass. Nice play there by Kromka to knock the ball out of midair off the glass. He gets the rebound. And now Bosovic down into the corner to Harris. I'm sorry, that was Howard with the 3. Makes it 20-15 now. Howard with the tray. Now Montour throws it away. Rhodes looking for some help. Went cross court. Throws it out of bounds. Now Aiden Howard for Gateway will inbound on the turnover. Dribbling up is Darrell Brock. Brock looks over at the coach, gets some instructions, sets up shot. On the left-handed dribble, leaves it off to Harris. Harris now looking over the situation, comes out to Kromka up high. Over to Howard, down low to Harris. Goes up for the shot, but he gets fouled in the process. It's going to be Cam Colliers with the foul. And Dalen Harris will be at the line for 2. And we got some substitutes coming in. Clayton Nola will come into the game, and out will go Venny. And now Harris shooting 2.
They lost that first shot on a lane violation.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, lane violation. So he drains the second one. So it makes it 21-15, 6-point lead for Gateway. Now Montour. Rhodes setting up shot. And quickly, Montour calls timeout as you heard Will Saunders calling a full timeout, leaving Montour with 2 timeouts left now. Gateway has 4.
Bozovic leads all scorers with 6 points to this point in the ball game. And really interesting, Gateway 50% at the free throw line, 2 of 4. Montour 1 of 3 at the charity stripe to this point.
Not bad, considering there's only been a handful of free throws for either team. So, wow, it's just, I just keep getting amazed. I mean, the crowd is thinned out, but there for 2 or 3 games, it was packed, Matt. I mean, they were hanging from the rafters here. And
yeah, you got to be happy if you're
putting this one on.
Yeah.
Sleva will inbound. Rhodes has the ball. Montour on the attack, trailing by 6 here with 1:15 remaining here in the half. Rhodes up high to Sleva. Thought about the 3. Into Collier at the foul line. Back out to Sleva. He lets go to 3. Off the rim. Rebound by Butter. Out the Rhodes for 3. That doesn't happen. Elam tried to go up. That's rejected. And here comes Gateway back the other way. Initial shot was missed by Brock. Harris with the follow. It gets the 2. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Gateway ball.
Awfully close to goaltending the first time, but really doesn't matter because Dalen made sure the 2 fell anyway.
Gateway with the inbound. Bosovic gets it into Howard. Out to Harris. Harris drops it off to Bosovic. Bosovic with the dribble. Up high to Brock. Brock now with the right-handed dribble to the right side. Looks inside to Harris. Dribble, bobbles the ball a moment. Harris has it. Goes all the way out to Bosovic. Around the horn to Howard driving the baseline. Taken away by Elam for Montour. With nowhere to go with it. Finally finds Rhodes, who dribbles up court. And he finds Colliers in the far wing. Dribbles the baseline and finds Sleva. Goes back out the Rhodes. Tipped away by Brock. In alone. The layup up and in. Makes it 25-15 Gateway. And here comes Sleva. Let's go the 3. Away off the front of the rim with 2 to go. Shots away off the glass. It would have counted. Harris let it go, but nothing doing. So at the end of 2, it is Gateway 25, Montour 15. We'll step away and we'll have some stats for you here at halftime here on Champ Sports Network. Thanks for listening.
I'm Scott Davis, the head of Panera Bread's culinary team, and I want to tell you about our new spinach power salad. The idea behind this salad is to give you sustainable energy to get you through the day. We started with baby spinach. Can't get better than that for a green. Roasted mushrooms, take some olive oil, you season them up, heat them over the fire real hot, caramelize them, add a hard-boiled egg to that, a little applewood smoked bacon, great smoky Vidalia onion vinaigrette that we created, and you top it off with some frizzled onions just for some fun. The new spinach power salad, only at Panera Bread. And don't forget Panera for all your catering needs.
Hi, I'm Charlie Batch from the Best of the Batch Foundation. Follow your favorite WPIL team anywhere you go this season. Champ Sports Network mobile app from iPhone or Android, powered by Sport Engine. Just research Sport NGIN on your app store and get access to scores, standings, and stats. Even upload pictures and videos. Sports Engine app from Champ Sports Network. Champions play here.
I'm I'm Janelle Wright, a Panera Bread customer. I am the mother of 4 children, and I'm a professional violinist. After eating the breakfast power sandwich, I know that I'm fueled for the day and I feel satisfied. To me, this is the only fresh, wholesome option out there because the competitors have something that's processed that they're warming up in the microwave. What I love about the breakfast power sandwich are the wonderful ingredients. It's the all-natural egg, the Vermont white cheddar, and smoked ham on freshly baked whole grain bread. Something under 350 calories, and that's awesome. Panera Bread, make today better.
And this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Best deal in America.
That is music to my ears.
Golden Corral is a gift to my wallet. Only Golden Corral can give you the whole delicious restaurant for one incredibly low price.
I like the sound of that.
It's scrumptious appetizers, endless entrees like our premium 5-ounce sirloin filet, and desserts including our new non-stop irresistible triple fountain yum.
Can't beat the price.
Or the food.
Or the triple fountain yum.
It's all on our endless buffet for one low price, and it's only at Golden Corral. Best deal in America.
Period.
I have a lot to prove.
Looking for promotional products? JR Advertising has been building relationships and creating quality solutions for customers for over 30 years. We're excited to devise solutions to your marketing, promotion, and recognition challenges. Whether you're looking for a specific item or just browsing for ideas, our site is your one-stop shopping source. Visit us online at jradspec.com for more information. That's jradspec.com. JR Advertising. We don't compete, we create.
This is Charlie Batch, and you're listening to Champ Sports Network, where champions are heard.
Welcome back to Montour High School and Game 6 of the Pittsburgh Coaches Classic, where Gateway is on top of the Montour Spartans by the score of 25-15. And I believe Matt has a few statistical items to bring your way.
I do? What was I supposed to do? It's that time of the night, Al.
Yeah.
It is that time of the night. 25-15 at the break for the Gators, who currently lead the Spartans. Harris has 5, 2 on the floor, 1 coming at the stripe. Brozovic has 6. Arrington Johns, Johns has 6. Aiden Howard has 5. Darryl Brock checks in with 2, and David Wilson checks in with 2, total of 25 points. And then on the other side for Montour, Cam Colliers, he has 2. Vittmeyer with 3, 1 3-ball he hit. Elam with 5, and Butter with 5, for a total of 15.
The one thing that stands out to me on both of those, Matt, is like we talked about it earlier. It's like even distribution of the scoring. There's no like one person that you have to center up on and shut out. I mean, it's because like everybody's bringing the ball to the hoop and putting it in. So both these teams, they have to play some defense, and you got to play man up. Otherwise, anybody on the floor can beat you. And the thing that Montour is doing that I'm like, I wish they could do better for them is, we talked about earlier too, is they're standing around on their offense, and that might be their offense, but I'm telling you what, it makes it awfully easy for Gateway to cover and keep them on the outside it's the same play every time where they try to get it to Colliers on the foul line, and he makes the spin move to try to go inside. Where Gateway plays the half-court game as well, but they're moving. They're moving and darting, and they're playing without the ball.
Yeah, they are. And I will also say Montour's doing a good job defensively with the matchup zone. The matchup zone is perfect defense for a busy B type of offense where you're just trying to make organized chaos and move all of your guys without the basketball. But having the matchup zone in place for Montour has kind of negated that a little bit, as much as it probably has been successful for Gateway in the past. Matchup zone's a perfect defense to be running in that situation. You continue to see more and more of it, because it's almost the middle road between zone and man-to-man.
Yeah, it's like that hybrid.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe the most interesting thing, Montour, only 4 players have scoring figures and 6 for Gateway. So, I mean, while the ball is being distributed, obviously low scoring will tell that. But, yeah, I mean, for Montour, they need to see some more scoring here. I mean, you're talking about a team that averages 48 points a game, playing a team that averages 61. Something's going to need to give there, and both teams average in the mid to low 50s against. So something's got to give. But really, this one is kind of living up to what the statistics say this game should be living up to.
They're playing right to the books, man. This game is, if you play it on paper and then play it on the court, they're almost identical. So it's what you see is what you get. And Montour, it definitely has a chance, but they got to play solid defense, make Gateway turn it over, and they got to, in my opinion, they got to move and drive the hoop. So we'll step away here, and we'll come back for the third quarter with the Gateway Gators leading the Montour Spartans by a score of 25-15 here on Champ Sports Network.
I'm enjoying riding shotgun.
I'm Scott Davis, the head of Panera Bread's culinary team, and I want to tell you about our new spinach power salad. The idea behind this salad is to give you sustainable energy to get you through the day. We started with baby spinach. Can't get better than that for a green. Roasted mushrooms, take some olive oil, you season them up, heat them over the fire real hot, caramelize them, add a hard-boiled egg to that, a little applewood smoked bacon, great smoky Vidalia onion vinaigrette that we created, and you top it off with some frizzled onions just for some fun. The new spinach power salad, only at Panera Bread. And don't forget Panera for all your catering needs.
Hi, I'm Charlie Batch from the Best of the Batch Foundation. Follow your favorite WPIL team anywhere you go this season. Champ Sports Network mobile app from iPhone or Android, powered by Sport Engine. Just research Sport NGIN on your app store and get access to scores, standings, and stats. Even upload pictures and videos. Sports Engine app from Champ Sports Network. Champions play here.
I'm Janelle Wright, a Panera Bread customer. I am the mother of 4 children, and I'm a professional violinist. After eating the breakfast power sandwich, I know that I'm fueled for the day and I feel satisfied. To me, this is the only fresh, wholesome option out there because the competitors have something that's processed that they're warming up in the microwave. What I love about the breakfast power sandwich are the wonderful ingredients. It's the all-natural egg, the Vermont white cheddar, and smoked ham on freshly baked whole grain bread. Something under 350 calories, and that's awesome. Panera Bread, make today better.
Welcome back to McKees Rocks, where the Montour Spartans trail the Gateway Gators 25-15.
Kennedy, Robinson, McKees Rocks, it's all the same, right? It's McKees Rocks postal code, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Gateway has possession to start the third quarter. They put it up and in.
It's Kromka.
Kromka with the paint points. Makes it 27-25. And now freshman 6'3" guard Rhodes with the ball. Playing catch with Jones. Montour with their half-court offense, as we talked about. They stand around at the 4 corners. Jones has it now on the far side. Out to Jones. Out by the timeline. Right in the middle of the court. Rhodes picks up the dribble. Now he finds Butter on the near side. There it is to Collier at the foul line. He's triple teamed. Back out the Rhodes now. Over to Butters. Fakes the three. Back out to Rhodes. Rhodes with the three. The bomb off the front of the rim. It comes right to Jones. Jones with the shot. Rejected. And here comes Gateway the other way. Bosovic with the reverse backhanded layup. And he gets to 29-15 Gateway. Here comes Collier, gets around one, tried to pass it over to Elam. It's off a Gateway Gator, out of bounds, right at the Montour bench. And Mike Butter will inbound for the Spartans. Gets it out to Colliers. Colliers on the dribble. Gets it over to Rhodes, near side. Colliers now running the offense out top. Rhodes on the near side. Over to Butter, all the way across the court. Butters double teamed over there in the corner. Gets it over to Colliers. Out by the three-point line. Colliers now into Butter. Or Elam, rather. Out to Rhodes. Rhodes out to Colliers.
Gateway's really pressuring the ball, double teaming the ball, trying to cause a turnover.
Butter on the dribble on the baseline. I believe he steps out of bounds and turns it over. Gateway. Yep.
Right on cue.
Yep. And up the court comes Arrington Johns with the dribble across the timeline. Johns over to the near court in the wing to Harris. Kromka over to Nola. Nola gets it down to Harris. The turnaround jumper from the baseline. He's good for two. And here comes Jones up the court. He's tripped up by Johns. He's going to get the foul. I believe that's his third. Yeah, I thought that was his third. So with the inbound play, it's Rhodes now running the offense in the half court. The freshman passes over to Butter. Butter now. He lets go to three. Collier with the rebound. He puts it up and in, and he's going to get the foul. Colliers. Cam Colliers, the 6'1 sophomore, puts it up and in, draws the foul. Going to try for the three-point play here. And he completes the three-point play. And it's Johns now, dribbling it across the timeline for Gateway. In front, 31-18, with the ball. Bosovic over to Johns, right in front of us. He's being hounded there. And Johns being hounded by Mastriani, and he travels, turns it over. Johns comes out, as well as Nola.
Rocket Howard replaced them.
And Rhodes now for Montour. Dribbles across the timeline. Trying to close the gap. Into Colliers at the free throw line. Over to Butter. Butter. Bounce pass to Elam. Back out to Collier. That's turned over.
The one right between his legs, and Gateway was there to pick it up.
Harris now running the offense. Over to Bosovic. Into the corner for Brock. Out to Bosovic. Back down to Brock in the wing. Dribbles out. Bosovic switch places with him. Brock, top of the key. Over to Bosovic. Into Harris at the, nice touch pass to Kromka, who slam-a-jammas for two.
Yeah, tic-tac-toe to get the slam. Beautifully orchestrated by Gateway.
It's now Butter, Mike Butter, dribbling across the timeline. He's fouled. It'll be Harris with the foul for Gateway. That's team's third. Inbounds to
third too.
Inbounds to Colliers. Leaves it there for Rhodes. KJ looks over the situation. Swing pass over to Butters to Colliers with a jump pass. Never put the ball on the floor. Put it right up and in for the two. Cuts it to a 13. 13-point lead, 33-20. Howard now to Kromka. Down inside on the baseline. And a foul is called as Harris was driving. And that foul's going to be on Mike Butter. That'll be the team's first.
And his.
Inbound here, Kromka to Harris out top. Brock, around the horn it goes into the corner, back out to Brock. Loses it at the top of the key, gets it back. Over to Harris, they settle it down. Brock now, Darrell Brock gets it down into the corner to Bosovic, to Harris. Harris with the floater on the baseline. It's good for two. 35-20. Gateway in control now, and Montour pushes it up the court by way of Colliers. Over to Mike Butter. Let's go to three. In and out. And rebound is brought down by Kromka. And we get a foul. Mastriani picks up his foul for Montour. Team second. And Brock will dribble across the timeline for Gateway. Over to Harris, down into Bosovic in the corner to Kromka. Little touch pass to Harris, tried to slam it again. No, doesn't happen. And Elam comes down with the rebound for Montour. KJ Rhodes up court, over to Mastriani. To Rhodes, up high. Down in low to Elam. Flags it down, tried to reverse underneath, doesn't happen. Montour has the ball though. Rhodes up top. He finds Butter on the far wing. Into Collier at the foul line. He gets the roll off the rim. 4-2.
Good ball movement by Montour.
That's what they needed. They weren't standing around. They were moving, and the ball was moving with them. Gateway now setting up shop. All alone is Howard on the near side. Dribbles into the foul line. Off the glass and in for two. Aiden Howard for the two. Mastriani for Montour now out to Rhodes. The freshman Rhodes has played the entire game for Montour, has not come out. Collier's now on the drive. He's turned away, still has the ball. That was a double dribble and didn't get called, but the ball went out of bounds, and it's going to be Montour's still going to have the ball. And I think Montour got away with a double dribble there. I think Collier's picked up the dribble and then put it down on the floor again, and no call. Mastriani with the inbound. Looking. He finds 6'6" Elam with the ball. It goes over to Rhodes, back to Elam, all the way out to Butters. They go around the horn. Mastriani with the three. That's an air ball taken down by Kromka. And now Vinny will dribble it up for the Gators. Vinny still with the dribble. Goes down into the corner to Bosovic with the three off the rim. Bosovic gets his own rebound out to Kromka. Another three let go by Nola. It's good. And a timeout is called by Gateway. It's a full minute timeout. Score is 40-22. Gateway has the lead. They call their second timeout. They have 3 remaining. Montour has 2 timeouts remaining, and they're trailing in this game. So keep that in mind here in the third quarter.
And Montour still with just those 4 players. Just 4 players on the scoring sheet. And then on the other side, Gateway's got a few players into the mix now here in the third.
So let's see what Montour comes up with here after that three-pointer. Looks like Mike Butter will inbound for Montour. Gateway breaks their huddle. Mike Butter just drops it into KJ Rhodes. Freshman dribbles up the court slowly across the timeline, setting up the half-court game. Over to Butters, looks it over. He gets double-teamed for a moment. Rhodes over to Mastriani, all the way back across the court. And quick ball movement here for Montour. Mastriani has it back. Rhodes now with the ball. Back to Mastriani. To Rhodes. Down into Colliers, the foul line, out to Butters. Let goes the three, and he drains the three for Mike Butter. Down to a minute to go here in quarter number 3. As Vinny has the dribble for the Gators. Passes over to Nola. Nola now backs it out, looking over the situation. To the near sideline, up high in the zone, almost like they're waiting for the last shot of the quarter. Vinny back over to Nola. Nola backs it out. Playing for the last shot definitely now as we're under 30 to go in the quarter. 40-25, 15-point lead. Nola has the ball knocked out of his hands. Colliers has the ball, dribbling down. Butter with him. Colliers going to the rim, taken away. Elam couldn't get the shot off. Back out to Butter for the three, and he drains the three. Mike Butter with 2 threes in a row.
I can't believe it's Butter.
It's Imperial. The three goes up for Gateway. It doesn't happen, and at the buzzer, that's the way it'll end. After 3 quarters, it is the Gateway Gators 40 and the Montour Spartans 28, thanks to this quick 6 by Mike Butter here for Montour.
He's buttering a skillet right now.
He is, man. He's slick. He's getting hot. He's it's bubbling. It's melting. The butter's melting.
It's like butter on your popcorn.
But yeah. So Montour is trying to make a game. It's only down 12 now. Easily could have been 15 or more. And they're doing what you and I talked about. They're moving the ball, quick ball movement. The bodies are moving, and it's giving them shot opportunities, and they're cashing in.
Well, we're
down to 1 quarter to go.
Quarter away. We played 12 of these. We've played 11 quarters of basketball here at the Montour Athletic Center, and we're down to the final quarter of basketball.
8 more minutes.
Always a long day.
But it's fun.
The WPIO football championships are a long day of football with 4 games. And then we do 6 here today.
Yeah, 48. Yeah, what are you? Not 12.
Halves. We're talking
12 halves, yeah. And it's Rhodes with the dribble for Montour as we start the 4th quarter. Montour trailing by 12. KJ Rhodes still with the dribble, dishes it out to Butter on the far wing. Back out to Rhodes, wasn't ready for it. He's double teamed, goes all the way across to Mastriani. He shoots the 3. Butter with the rebound, and he gets fouled. Mike Butter gets the rebound, and he got reached over. Harris picks up the foul for Gateway. Mastriani with the inbound. Rhodes finds Collier up top. Collier's now with the dribble. Over to Mastriani, near side. Looking for Rhodes, goes to him up high. Over to Butter, far side. Rhodes, top of the key. Looking over the situation, goes into Collier's down low. Into Elam, inside with the easy layup off the glass to make it a 10-point game, 30-40, as Gateway has the lead and the ball now. And the Montour faithful getting into it now.
Because Gateway is pressuring the ball with a double team, Montour has been able to.
And now Montour forces Gateway into a turnover as they throw it out of bounds.
Montour's ball movement is right now throwing Gateway off because they were just standing there. Gateway was getting that lull to sleep type feel. Now that Montour's moving the ball, they are not as quick as they would have been because they're not expecting Montour to move the ball like they have been.
Still got the lead in the shoes. KJ Rhodes playing catch with Mastriani. Up high. Rhodes back over to Mastriani. To Rhodes. Looking for Butter. He goes to him. Quick pass inside to Colliers. To Rhodes. Thought about the 3 from the top of the key. Goes over to Mastriani instead. Back to Rhodes. Ball's knocked out of his hand. Rhodes gets it back. Good battle for it. Gets over to Mastriani. Drives. Looks for Rhodes. Dishes it back, and they slow it down. 6:20 to go. Colliers goes out to the wing to Butters. 4-3, and he drains another 3. Mike Butter. He's getting hot
Butter in a skillet. The big fella showing some range from beyond the arc.
It's a 7-point game now as Johns with the dribble for Gateway. Over to Nola. Nola looking for Johns. Nowhere to go. Montour with the pressure. Johns picks it up high. Has the dribble, comes over to Harris. Harris down to Nola. Nola dribbles it out. Let's go to three off the rim. And Mastriani with the rebound for Montour. And now Montour with some hop in the step. Brings it up court. KJ Rhodes trying to cut this lead. It's a 7-point lead. Colliers now looks for the drive. He travels. Tried to make a move before he could. And he turns it over. And now Gateway will come back the other way with a 7-point lead. 40-33. Gateway will inbound off their own end line. It's Harris inbounding to Johns. Johns with the slow dribble up to the timeline. Met there by Colliers. Over to Harris. To Bosovic in the corner to Harris. A give and go. It passes tip, but Johns picks it up for Gateway. Into the paint, off the glass. He gets fouled. The shot does not go. And it's going to be Terrell Elam with the foul for Montour, and that'll send Johns to the line for two. 5:14 remaining in a 40-33 game. Gateway on top, trying to add to their lead. Johns rattles the first one. It does not go. It rolls out. 1 to go here from the free throw line for Arrington Johns. 6'4" senior drains the second one, makes it a 41-33 game. Gateway inbound from Butter to Mastriani, goes back to Colliers. Dribbling up to the timeline as he crosses it. Colliers picks up the dribble. Now he's in trouble. Knocked out of his hands. He has the dribble again. Colliers drives in, dishes it off. Up and in goes Elam for two.
Kiss off the glass for the big fella.
Now Johns quickly up across the timeline. Passes over to Bosovic. Johns wants it back. He gets it. Now the Montour fans definitely into this game. Out to Nola, top of the key. To Johns. He drives in. Challenges Elam. Johns gets the rebound. Goes up and gets fouled. Elam's going to get another one. And Johns will be at the line for two. Elam over the top.
Second foul on Elam.
Team's fourth. And Johns shooting two. 6'4" senior. Trying to widen the gap here as he sends up the first one. Air ball. Barely hit the net. And the Montour fans are loving it. Arrington Johns. Sends the second one up off the front of the rim, and Elam with the rebound for Montour. KJ Rhodes with the dribble across the timeline for the Spartans. Bosovic all over him. Rhodes finds Colliers. Back out the Rhodes. 4-3. Rhodes in and out, and Harris up high with the rebound. Johns up ahead to Nola. Johns gets it back. They settle it down. Bosovic and Johns play catch. Harris with the drive. The floater off the back of the rim. Harris gets the rebound back, and he is fouled. And Butter with the foul on the floor. No shots, as that was only the fifth foul on Montour.
Butter's second.
Oh, they're saying, whoa, why is they shooting? I thought that was on the floor. Harris at the line, shooting two. They're saying he was shooting. He drains the first one. That's odd because the whistle blew and the ball was going away from the play. Anyway, Harris drains the first, shooting the second now. 4:08 remaining here in the fourth. Up the ball goes, and down Butters comes with it for Montour. And KJ Rhodes now, headman pass to Colliers right at the timeline. That was very close to over and back, but Butter has the ball on the far side into Collier. drives down to the baseline, out to Butter for the three. And Butter hits another three.
He's feeling it from beyond the arc.
It's 42-38, a 6-point game. Here comes Howard on the drive. He loses control and out of bounds, and Montour has the ball. And Gateway calls a 30-second timeout as Montour has put themselves right smack dab in the middle of this game with 3:35 remaining at a 42-38 score right now.
And for the first time tonight, you're starting to feel a home crowd. You know, all these games have been neutral games as far as a crowd is concerned, and really not one team getting into it, even with, you know, good Al Quippa contingent earlier. But this is Montour's home floor, and they want to protect it. And you know what? They want to keep this going. Montour's the rest of the way. They have one more non-section game, and that's the last game of the year at Central Catholic. But from here on out, after this game, they have 4 games against section opponents, and 3 of those 4 games are going to be here at Montour in the section. This game is way more important to Montour just to keep everything rolling. It doesn't mean anything in the standings, but the momentum is the huge part of this.
Mr. Moe, and they have the ball. Here's Rhodes. Tries to give it to Collier, and we're going to have a foul here on Gateway. That'll be Brock on the foul. That's the team's 5th. Both teams have 5 fouls. Both teams 1 foul to give before we're into the bonus situation. Montour with the inbound. Mike Butter goes hustling over there. Rhodes gets the ball on the wing. Looks for Butter. Why not? He's got the hot hand right now. Out to Collier. Taken away by Brock momentarily. And up court, Brock has it. Dish down inside, and Howard from underneath the glass on the reverse layup makes it a 44-38 game Gateway.
If you're not standing here, you don't realize how fast that was and how unorganized it looked originally. And Gateway was able to get a turnover and then throw it through 3 people's legs and somehow get 2 out of it.
Brock has it back as Gateway steals the ball again. Bosovic to Howard, back to Brock as they try to get it inside. Taken away by big 6'6" Elam. And they're going to call jump ball. Elam's trying to call timeout, but they're jump ball. And Gateway will maintain control off the jump ball. Possession arrow in their favor at that point. Bosovic with the inbound. Now all the way out to Howard, up top of the key, over to Brock. Will set up shot. 2.5 to go here in the 4th. It's a 6-point lead for Gateway. Over to Bosovic. Let's go to 3, the college 3. And that's off the rim. And out of bounds off of Gateway. Montour. Harris tried to pull it in. He couldn't get it. And now Montour will inbound with 2:22 remaining. And Rhodes will slowly bring it up court. Trailing by 6. And you nailed it, Matt. Montour wants to keep the momentum going here. Try to get this non-section, actually non-conference, non-division game in their non-classification.
But you know what? And Montour's going to take a timeout here. They need to settle down, and that's a good timeout there. They were feeling the momentum, and out of the timeout, everybody was just kind of
running around.
Yeah, feeling a little bit too much of the momentum. You know, there's feeling the momentum and feeling it through making your offensive play. But then there's like an over-eagerness of a Montour team, and that's what they need to avoid.
Almost when you drink too much coffee and you get those jitters.
Caffeine.
That caffeine shake, yeah. So they take that 30-second timeout, settle things down.
And that's exactly what that timeout was for. That was to settle things down and get reorganized and reclassified here for an offensive series that's pretty important with 2:07 left to go in regulation. And coming up, this will be we're in the 190th minute of basketball.
Yeah, Will Saunders with a good timeout there. Colliers takes the inbound pass for Montour and taken away by Brock, and he's going to go in for the layup and lay it in. Brock just simply reached down, grabbed the ball, and went the other way off of Colliers to make it an 8-point game now. Now, KJ Rhodes Dishes off to Butter. Mike Butter looking for somebody to go to. Dishes off to Rhodes. Rhodes back to Butter. Looking for the three, and he drains another three. Mike Butter, unbelievable. He's got like 5 in a row.
You saw what Montour was trying to do, and then a throw out of bounds there. Montour's going to get the basketball again. But you saw what Mike Butter was trying to do. He was setting up a screen at the top of the key. Gateway wasn't having it, but they lost track of him. He went over to the right side, the top side of the far side wing, and he was all alone for 2 seconds, and that was the all we need as he just aimed and shot for another three, and we got a 5-point ball game.
And Brock threw that ball out of bounds. It goes out down the exit ramp, and they're chasing
the Wall of Fame.
They're chasing it down the road. They finally got it. And speaking of road, KJ Rhodes will dribble up court for Montour. Across the timeline. Passes off to Jones now for Montour. Haven't called his name for a while. Jones gives it back to Colliers. Bosovic on him. Colliers drives. He draws the foul. It's going to be Bosovic on the push. And it's a floor foul, but that's the last one that Gateway can give. The next one will put Montour at the line, but Montour will inbound now. Off the end line, Jones looking for somebody to get it into. He gives it to Butter, driving the lane. He gets fouled going to the bucket. The bucket doesn't go, but the foul is going to be on James Kromka. Team 7, 2 shots for Butter. Could cut the lead to 3 if he drains them both. He gets the first.
Big shots here for Butter with 1:12 to go.
Out comes James Kromka. In comes Nola for Gateway. Butter now at the line. He's got to have a bundle. He drains that one. Cuts the lead to 3. 46-43 with 1:10 to go here in the fourth. Could you want a finale to be any better than this? Nola now from the wing. Dribbles in, pulls up the dribble. Now he's trapped out there.
Under a minute.
Kromka now gets fouled. I think Elam's going to get called on the foul unless it was Rhodes running by. You know, it's Elam with the foul for Montour. That was the last one they had to give, so both teams now will be in the bonus. As Johns now has the ball, and foul by Rhodes, and that'll send Arrington Johns to the foul line as we're under a minute to go. 57.1, 3-point game.
This is where games are won and lost, at the free throw line. Coach told me they're free for a reason.
1-1. And Arrington Johns misses, and Jones for Montour comes down with the bound. Rhodes now dribbling up court. Johns all over him. Rhodes gets across the timeline, still with the dribble. Goes around the other way. Tries to get it inside to Elam. Intercepted by Kromka. Arrington Johns driving the lane, up and off the glass, and the rebound. Nope, the rebound doesn't go as Johns was fouled. It'll be Rhodes with the foul. And Arrington Johns will get another chance at the foul line with 38 seconds remaining and a 3-point lead. He'll be shooting 2 as he was fouled in the act of shooting. Johns puts the first one up off the front of the rim. Montour.
Tell you what, the Montour faithfuls really got in his head at the line.
Oh, they have. Student body up in front of the scoreboard behind the basket. They're just going nuts. Arrington Johns now trying to get the second one. And up, and that one goes down. It's a 4-point game. It's a 2-possession game right now with 35 to go. Colliers slowly up the court, across the timeline. Colliers picks up the dribble, looking for somebody to pass to. He calls timeout. Montour.
Smart job by Gateway to pressure the basketball. A lot of times you tell your defense to go back and play half-court defense, but that allows them to roll the ball up and set up their offense. No, pressure the basketball. That's what's got you to this point. Great job by Gateway not getting out of your game plan. When you get down to the few final seconds of a game, a lot of coaches try to get out of what they've done successfully, and that's how a team comes back on you.
Right. No, that forces the clock to get started, and right now the clock is the friend of Gateway Gators. Montour needs to score points without the clock running, and that's not happening right now, but it'll be Montour ball. They had to take their timeout, and I believe all they have left are full timeouts. That was their last one, so Montour has no more timeouts.
And they needed that timeout. He was double-teamed and in some trouble.
He had nowhere to go with it. The last-ditch option there was try to slam it off one of the players' legs or something out of bounds. 47-43, the Gateway Gators have the lead with time running out on the Spartans. Getting ready to inbound here. Exactly 28 and a half seconds to go.
Gateway has 2 timeouts in our 192nd minute of basketball today.
Jones with the inbound pass. Trying to look for somebody. Elam up high, gets the ball. Terrell Elam. He's going to get
offensive foul.
Yeah. I don't know. That could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Both players were moving. Terrell Elam has that look of like, huh? But Harris will inbound for Gateway with exactly 25 seconds remaining, and Montour has to foul quickly here.
That's where big guys have a big disadvantage because it just looks like they're overpowering the defender.
Well, he was backing in with the dribble, and he ran into the defender, and they both went down. The foul there by Butter. And the Spartans now have gotten themselves with 10 fouls, so it'll be two shots from the foul line for Kromka. He drains the first. And with each one of these that go in, the Montour faithful have a little bit more faith being drained out of them. Kromka with the second. And that one, nothing but net. It's now a 6-point lead. Rhodes now with
Butter for 3, maybe?
I mean, you got to be thinking that, but Rhodes drives the lane, can't get it to fall, and off of Kromka out of bounds. Montour maintains possession with 15.7 to go. Jones with the inbound play. Looking for Rhodes, can't get it to him. And that's 5-second violation as Montour could not call timeout. And Harris now will inbound. Nola in for Gateway. Johns comes out. And this one's pretty much in the books, Matt. Nola has the ball. Butter fouls him quickly. 14 seconds remaining, but Nola will go to the line shooting 2. And already up by 6. Nola off the front of the rim, doesn't fall. He has one more left. And Arrington John getting ready to come back into the game for the Gators. Nola up with the second. That one's in. 7-point lead. 50-43. Nola comes out, and Johns goes in. Butter now just rolls it out. And Rhodes has to pick it up as Johns challenged him, and Rhodes takes that extra step after he picked up the dribble. Turns it over with 11.2 remaining.
And the reason why he was pressured there is because Gateway came up. They acted like they were going to let him roll it up the center court, and then they pressured the basketball, making him a little bit errant there.
Rhodes with the grabbing foul there to stop the clock with 9.7 to go. And it's academic now.
Fouls on 15, Christopher Rhodes, his third.
That'll be Rhodes' third. And
Double bonus.
Daryl Brock will be at the line. And he drains the first one, 51-43. And nothing but net on the second, 52-43 with 9.7 to go. Rhodes picks it up quickly over to Butter. Butter, let's go to three, and he drains another one.
Three.
That surely was NBA. It was almost out by the timeline, and the clock runs out. I'm anxious to see how many Butter had. He's got to have a whole slew of them. But the final score here is the Gateway Gators 52, and the Montour Spartans 46. As Montour makes a push in the second half and made this an actually exciting game in the second half, Matt.
Yeah, this one was good, but you know what? Hats off to Gateway. They kind of weathered a Montour storm there towards the end. You know, they were down. Montour had a 6-point advantage at one point, and they were able to battle back.
That was hats off to Montour. Very easy for them to just throw in the hat, throw in the towel, and pack it in after the first half, the way Gateway was dominating them. But they came back, fought hard, and made a game of it. And let's see if we can't get the points here. 25 points for Butter. Wow.
7 threes.
I was going to say almost 7 in a row. If it wasn't 7, it was 6 out of 7.
Right.
So, wow. He was phenomenal coming down. He was fun to watch. He knew he had it. They fed him the ball, and he just let it fly. It was almost, he threw it with his eyes closed, and it would go right through the hoop. It was fun to watch, Matt.
Just a recap of today. Back earlier this afternoon, which seems about a coon's age and a half ago, Ambridge defeats Avonworth 63-55. Then Seneca Valley over Plum today, 69-50. Aliquippa downs Menneson 95-71. Lincoln Park falls to Chartiers Valley 89-72. And Vincentian loses to St. LaSalle. That was 100-89. And then you just heard a great game that Gateway wins and pulls out as they win this one 52-46 over the Montour Spartans. So really been a fun day of basketball. It's a long day of basketball, but really some good games. There were some blowouts, but those were entertaining themselves too.
Exactly. It's always fun here. At Montour, they do a great job of hosting this, and hats off to them. Thanks for having us. If you can't come out here next year for it, I'm sure we'll be bringing it to you. This has been a tradition for us. We enjoy doing it, but you got to make the effort to come out here. It's a fun afternoon. Come out and see a game, see a couple games, stay all day like us.
I want to say this is year 7 for us for Super Sunday, and Ryan not able to make it, but he's the Super Sunday original that we try to bring back at least once a year. But hopefully he'll be able to rejoin us next year. And we always do our Super Bowl pick, so we're gonna have to do that now. So Super Bowl pick, Al.
Let's see. You know what? I got to go with the Seahawks. And I'm going to tell you why, whether you want to or not.
Okay.
I got to, I like the Patriots in this game in a matchup, but I got to root for the Seahawks just because the Patriots are the Patriots at this point. I mean,
so you're picking with your heart.
Well, it's because I don't like cheaters, and I don't want to say Patriots are cheating again, but you know what? All the arrows are pointing in that direction.
Right.
They were caught cheating once before. That didn't teach them a lesson, and it looks like they've done it again. Shame on them. I'm rooting for the Seahawks, and let's go Hawks.
I'm in agreement. I'm totally with you for almost the exact same reason, really. Sorry. And by the way, that Bucknell-Boston game finally got underway after
so they got the balls
fixed, and that's not a joke. That happened.
I mean,
how about that?
The funny thing is we were talking about that joking on the way over here. Yeah,
Well, Al, it's been a pleasure, as it is always, my friend.
It is. It's always a good time.
All right, for Al Lesh, Wes Scholler, Mike Oste, and our entire Champ Sports Network crew, of course, for Sean Gallagher and Al Lesh, I'm Matt Fargo saying this has been a presentation all day long of the Champ Sports Network and the 2015 Pittsburgh Basketball Classic. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Good luck to all the teams on the rest of their seasons, and we hope to talk to them and talk about them and call some games come playoff time. But until then, I'm Matt Fargo saying goodnight from the Montour Athletic Center. Once again, your final score of this final game, it was the Gateway Gators winning over the Montour Spartans 52-46. Good night, everybody.